Peace, family. Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. All right. Yeah, I'm back on Instagram. They allow me to go live. I'm tapping in, checking in with the family. You know, I don't get to see everybody's posts because of the shadow ban. And, I'm just taking the temperature, seeing how everybody's doing in this month of February. Salute to all of the family out there. Shout out to everybody who's been hitting me on the inbox, checking in and whatnot. There's been a lot going on just in the world. I know a lot of people are going through some shit, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people going through their struggle. We in winter season. It ain't easy out there. So first and foremost, I just want to start this out by saying that I'm sending love and light to everybody in whatever situation you find yourself in. Mental anguish, being mentally exhausted, people that are going through issues of the heart, affairs of the heart, people that are going through depression and anxiety. It would almost be, I would not ignore that. I would not ignore that before I begin the conversation, because of the simple fact that, I'm just aware of the temperature and the energy that's out there these days. You feel me? A lot of people that I know that are in this movement, they even share stories of being mentally anguished, you know what I mean? Having mental blocks, being mentally exhausted, and it's real, you know what I mean? It's real. I don't have the solutions. I could do some fly shit and tell you niggas to get in the sun and take your socks off and whatnot, but I got a backyard and the grass is like dead because it's winter. So I went and took my socks off and the shit was sticking me all in the bottom of my feet. So I don't even know what to tell y'all. Drink water, exercise, I'm not sure. I'm not going to give you the wrong information. What I will say, shout out to Wisdom Selah in the building. How is it I ain't see you in Atlanta yet, Wisdom? I've been out here for about 90 days. I ain't running to you yet. You be working, I see. You be moving and whatnot. But what I would say is, yes, definitely hit that gold water. A lot of people suffer from what we don't even realize is malnourishment, right? A lot of our bodies are malnourished, and because of malnourishment, the body needs to pull from something, and is pulling from other parts of the body, which is leading to people feeling a loss or feeling like they're lacking and whatnot. So, my first advice would be to definitely put some nutrients in the body, definitely, focus on your eating habits and whatnot. Yes, we're malnourished and we're dehydrated. Okay, we're malnourished and we're dehydrated. We're not getting the type of nourishment that we need through the sad diet. The sad diet is making people sad. People are like, somebody asked about shrooms. Let me get to that in a minute, right? I need to clear some things up about this shroom thing. People are like, I'm vegan, I'm plant-based and whatnot. Okay, that's what's up. And I applaud you on your journey. I'm not no health and wellness expert. I don't subscribe to being an expert in that. I would shift the onus to Mama Pill or KT the Arch Degree or even Blue Pill. I feel like they're more qualified to speak on it than I am. However, I could speak on it from a perspective of observation, right? And, personal experience. And I would say that sometimes we could be on a vegan diet and you still consuming GMOs. The food is not electric. You might not be putting it together the right way. You might not be following up with the right things. So with that being said, that's a great way. That's a great place to start. However, I would definitely recommend more supplements. I would recommend definitely getting in the sun, right? Because the sun does help. I was sunbathing at Arabian Mountain the other day, and just staring into the sun, it did wonders for me. Because I will promise you, when I went to the mountain, I was in a place where I haven't been in many, many years. I was in such a low frequency, low energy, broken place. I was not doing good. And I tapped into that sun, and it helped, and it definitely helped. So I would say, for the family that's going through what they're going through, push through this shit. You know what I mean? It's the winter. This what happens in the winter. We supposed to shed in the winter. We supposed to really be hibernating in the winter. I don't even supposed to be on camera right now. My spirit is not even propelling me to be on the internet like that, and to be in front of the camera. I might post on the Instagram and things of that nature because I'm killing time. But this really is a time for reflection. This is a time for withdrawing. This is a time for falling back. And I even want to say this. If y'all come on my page and you see that my page is scrubbed, I did that. Don't get nervous and think that Instagram is out here censoring the God and whatnot. No, nigga, I cleaned my whole page out. You know what I mean? Because of the simple fact that you have to start from anew. You have to start. I got 15,000 posts going all the way back from like 2011. My 10-year challenge is right on my fucking page. You know what I'm talking about? So, sometimes we have to press reset or press delete so we could begin anew. You got to be willing to sacrifice something in order to gain something, right? You got to be willing to let go of something. So what am I willing to let go? I'm willing to let go of the past. I'm willing to let go of all of those memories. I'm willing to let go of who I thought I was. You feel me? In order to open up the door for who I'm eventually going to become. And you can't do that by holding on to old baggage. You can't do that by holding on to older frequencies, because you're going to be, that's not how this shit works. It's not how it works. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you just coming in the live, love and light to the family, salute to the family, peace to the family, greetings to the family, welcome to the family, salute to the family. It's been a minute since I've been on the live and whatnot. It feels good that they not shadow banning the God. But the question is, am I being shadow banned, or is my shadow banning me? Am I being shadow banned, or is your shadow banning you? You got to ask that question. Sometimes we blame Zuckerberg. Oh, he's in my way. He's hating on my swag. He's stopping me from saying what I got to say. Is that your shadow banning you, or is they banning you? You got to ask yourself that question, because sometimes your spirit or your soul will intercede on the shit that you out here on the internet doing. And you know that you out of line sometimes. You know that the messages is not in alignment. You know that those posts that you putting up there is not really you. So is Zuckerberg shadow banning niggas, or is your shadow self shadow banning? Is your shadow banning you? You feel me? And it's telling you, take a minute, my nigga, fall back. You don't got to be on the internet like that. Reconfigure your message. You feel me? Reconfigure your image, your brand. I'm going through a rebranding of my brand. You feel me? I feel like I've expired this iteration of my brand. And it's all good. It's a beautiful thing, because it speaks of growth and development. We all are growing before our very own eyes. And for those that are not growing, I shade to you too, because I've been there. I've been in that place where I had 3 flats on the side of the highway and I was stagnated. I've been there. So you are allowed to be stagnant. You know what I mean? There are stagnant waters that breed mosquitoes, my nigga. You feel me? You're allowed to be stagnant for a while, but not forever. Okay? Because you eventually got to get up and get out here and do something and put in some work. Okay? Because with the work comes the movement. Many of us are stagnated because we're living vicariously through people we follow on the internet. Many of us are stagnated because we're waiting for somebody that we follow or somebody that we're comparing ourselves to do something in social media to make us do something. And that's not how the world works. That's not how we was moving before they came up with these algorithms. I remember the earlier days of social media. People wasn't moving like that. They were progressive. They were moving. When Instagram was just photos before you could see video and whatnot, I seen more people doing more things on an individual basis, not groupthink, not following what everybody else is doing, not cloning each other. Whenever, and I this is another thing that came to me, and I would have to ask the family. When your page is continuously cloned, Spirit told me that is an example of people in real life cloning you. It's not just on the internet that you're being cloned. It's not just on the internet where people are taking your likeness and your imagery and acting like they're soliciting money, or they're taking people in your audience and your name. That's happening in real life. Motherfuckers is sitting back, watching your movements, watching, how you put it up, how you put it down. They out there sipping from your cup. And they'll take one-liners, or they'll take the whole speech, or they'll take segments of what it is that you share, and they'll go and share it with their crowd. My friends, that is the beginning of the attack on the clones. That's cloning. That's clone technology. So we on social media, we like, damn, we got 5 or 6 clone pages. But in real life, my nigga, you got 5 or 6 clones walking around. It's a nigga in Memphis, Tennessee right now putting on like a red pill. You know what I'm saying? He's a fuchsia pill or maroon pill. There's a nigga in Bangladesh right now talking about, okay. They're using the ad libs. It's a nigga right now in San Diego wearing sunshades, and carrying an arm. And he's trying to be like you. And there's really, to be honest with you, I don't see a fault. There's nothing wrong with that. Why is there nothing wrong with that? Because we all got to inspire each other. We've all been inspired by somebody else. We live in a day and age where people are living kind of vicariously through others, right? And I'm not here because I'm not a Ghostbuster. I'm not here trying to run down on slime and them niggas. I'm not a Ghostbuster. I'm not chasing ghosts. You know what I'm talking about? So that doesn't fall on me the responsibility doesn't fall on my shoulders to basically, call a clone out. But it is what it is. This is Attack of the Clones. I've seen many people being cloned out there. You know what I mean? And the danger in that is that you don't know who the original is. It's happening in the rap game. If you Google it right now, Spotify has at least 8,000 artists with the beginning of their name starting in Lil, L-I-L, Lil. They have 8,000 people calling me on Facebook Messenger. Who the fuck does that while I'm on live? That's the shit that I'm talking about. That had to be a clone. But think about it. Think about it. When it comes to hip hop, I've said it before. I like I like the original, not the carbon copy. I rather tolerate even if the artist is mad toxic and they got issues and shit. I rather listen to a NBA young boy before I listen to a NBA tongue boy or NFL young boy or NHL young boy or an NHL or NBA old boy or an NBA young man. It's all of these niggas exist. So who would you rather tap into? The original or the carbon copy? The facsimile or the fucking source? I would rather go to the primary source. That's what I would rather do. Would you rather listen to Rihanna or Brianna? She not from Barbados. She from Bermuda. And she trying to be like Rihanna. You would rather Riri, right? Okay. So I just respect the source. Steve Keith. Chief Eth. Would you want to listen to Chief Eth or Chief Keith? Give me Chief Keith with all of the toxicity. I don't want to listen to Chief Eth right now. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. You know? So I respect the originals. You know, shout out to all of the master teachers. Shout out to everybody with their own cloth. Shout out to everybody who built themselves up. And even if you borrowed some cloth, even if you're wearing your homie shirt, because back in the days, we would borrow clothes from each other. You niggas remember that? So right now, you got niggas running around wearing the cloth. Just at least, you know, you don't got to say that you wearing niggas cloth, but you got to acknowledge the person who let you borrow the cloth. That's it. You feel me? That's how you get blessings from the ancestor realm. So, peace invoking voices. Salute, King. So, in the month of, let me pull this up, because we're having a conversation about, you know, being able to charge our batteries and whatnot. I just came back from Phoenix in Tucson, Arizona. Blue Pill is still out there. He on a world tour. And it was a beautiful experience. You know what I'm saying? It was a life-altering, life-changing experience. It opened up my eyes to a plethora of things, bro. I shit you not. Doors were flying open. Here's some pictures. You know, doors were flying open. These were some beautiful melanated people and whatnot that was out there with us. Shout out to everybody. Source Guard. Shout out to Lizzie. Shout out to Ankara who put it together. Shout out to my good brothers. Everybody that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that pulled up. It was lit. You know what I mean? We had a performance. We did a lecture. We did a monumental lecture. There wasn't. They didn't keep the recording. I don't know what happened. You know, they wasn't able to save the recording, so we're gonna have to figure something out to show y'all the replay. But it was on 2/2/22, so you know we ritualized it and we did some fly shit that we'll eventually talk about when the time is right. Arizona was gorgeous, mountains all around, cactuses. It was cold as fuck though. I wasn't appreciative of that because I really didn't, you know. I'm like, damn, I'm finna catch me a tan. I'm gonna go back to Atlanta and pop my collar on these niggas. And it was warmer in Atlanta than it was. You feel me? It was warmer in Atlanta than it was in Tucson, Arizona. I took a 7-hour flight to go somewhere that was literally colder than where I left. And that was on the West Coast. Shout out to Anpu in the building. You feel me? Yeah, that quartz is definitely gonna come back. It's coming to the A. Make no mistakes about it. We was out there making a lot of moves and whatnot. Them people they was confused, and I'm not gonna lie to you, they was confused because they was kind of like, damn, what breed of Negro are y'all? You know what I mean? Like, you saw it in their face. They not used to encountering our people. You feel me? Yeah, definitely. They used to seeing so many white folk that when they see our people and we're on a certain frequency, and I've said this before, we who are on the frequency are some of the most unique people on the planet. Why do I say that? I say that because the quote unquote majority of the outside world who you encounter, they have not figured you out. They don't know who you are. And knowing is half the battle. When you walk around with the felony look, they're able to size you up and put you in a box, They're able to figure you out, and they could change their disposition in order to deal with you. That's why World Star Hip Hop will never run out of videos. That's why Vlad TV will never run out of interviews, because our people are already in a checkmate box. The felony look is a motherfucking, you know what I mean? That's a checkmate. They have that figured out. So they'll know how to deal with you. They'll even piecemeal you some buds of fucking GMO weed if you need it and whatnot. They'll give you a 40 ounce like you Crip Mac. You know what I mean? What's up? Shout out to all of the custards out there. You know what I mean? But that's what they do. When it comes to people that such as ourselves, because I'm not talking about me per se, I'm speaking about all of us. When it comes to us, when we move, we have an advantage because we have the ability to redefine who the fuck we are without anybody telling us who we are. They can't give us a name. They try to paint us and call us woke. That's not who we are. We was able to wiggle out of that on hood. That's not us on hood. That's not who we are. We're not woke. So they're like, well, define yourselves. I don't have no definition for me. I'm evolving every fucking day. You know what I'm talking about? I'm an experience. There's no definition to me. I'm an experience. Tell me, when you leave from my circumference, what kind of experience did I give you? I'm on the plane and whatnot. I be coming through the plane. I'm holding on to my unk because what I said to myself is I refuse to be in these people's airport and tuck my tail. That's right. Yeah, we not woke. That's right, Anpu. We royalty. I'm not going to tuck my tail around white folk, Bangladesh folk, Indian folk, Spanish folk, Indian folk, Chinese folk, whoever the fuck, because they're not tucking their tail around me. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga's walking on a plane with stilettos on. So when I come on a plane, you know, I had a kufi on. I had my kufi on. Let me pull the kufi out. I got my kufi on. I had a vest that said Ma'at on it. I got an ankh. They like, wait a minute. Kufis and ankhs don't go together. What is this nigga? Like, what's about to happen on this airplane? You should have seen the fear in the faces of first class, because that'd be the first people you got to walk through. So I'm playing the music loud. I might be on Discord. You know what I mean? I got my ankh out. You know what I'm saying? My bag is hitting people. I don't give a fuck, because you know why? We just gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta stand in our truth. We gotta stand in. That's a whole t-shirt, Anpu. Not woke. We royalty. You know what I mean? So nobody gets it fucked up. I'm here not to make people uncomfortable, but if you're uncomfortable because you can't look at me and size me up, be like, damn, he don't have no face tat, so I don't think he's a gang member. His wrists don't look broken, so I don't think that he's woke. What is this nigga? You know what I mean? What's going on? So we move in our truth, and we're undefined. We're not. Don't allow near person define you, because definition is a box. These Europeans, and I don't mean to keep talking about Europeans as if it's something about them that I gotta pay attention to. But the people who are out here naming animals and plants and flowers, flora and fauna, they just got here. If they didn't just get here, we would have, when I woke up out of my mama's womb, they would have had a name for a fucking, a new lizard and a plant. They just finding shit last week. So what does that mean? That means that they're out here redefining plants and animals that already had original names. And they're anglicizing and romanizing these names. So by defining them, they make you feel in your subconscious that these people are in alignment with God, because they down here naming shit like they're angels. And it was already had a name. Don't ever allow them to be like, oh, this is a newly discovered flowers. Lies and deceit. The shamans that you killed and tortured, the people that you burnt and beheaded, they already had the name of the fucking flower and the tree and the goddamn, whatever the four-legged animal that was in the quote-unquote wild. We already knew who they were. So don't allow nobody to define us, because we're undefinable. We're going to define us. If there's even going to be a definition, we'll define us. Look at these beautiful black people right here. Look at these beautiful melanated people. Look at these beautiful God bodies, right? So that was out there in AZ and everything, you know what I'm saying? Shout out once again to the family, you know, shout out to everybody. I'm pulling up something that I'm doing in March, and I'm bringing that up because when we come up out of this summer thing, I don't know about you, but I'm going to need to go to an island somewhere. I'm going to need some sun. I'm going to need some water. I'm going to need some fruits. And I'm going to need to see some fish that's wild, colorful, like them sneakers that Nike be making. Like those things help me as a human being balance, you know, the shit that I'm going through just by being here. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you could lose faith in humanity. I got a ton of pictures from this gym show, but I'm not going to use this live to basically solicit y'all for the gym show. We'll set something up. We'll run through the pictures and break down the moments that are attached to the pictures and whatnot, because they deserve to be broken down, because there was some magical shit going on out there. And I really wish that more people were with us from the community, so we can have a shared experience. Because we live in what is known as the age of experience. And to be honest with you, a lot of shit don't get me excited no more. I'm really just jacking experiences, because those are the things that I could do something with. You know what I mean? I just want to have good experiences with good people. And to be honest with you, all of the experience don't have to be textbook good. It could be challenging. It could be experiences where, you know, a person shows their true self and whatnot. It's all a learning experience. I'm still down for it. I welcome all experiences, because if we're not learning, what are we doing? We turning. You know what I'm talking about? If we're not learning, then we burning. You know, it's time to learn. I'm here to learn, my geniuses. You feel me? So I learn from experiences. I don't learn from every single one. Some of them got to be repeated multiple times. But I try my best to learn from these experiences. Where the hell is this flyer? Okay, so we are going to be in Tulum. And this is not even a cold sell. I'm not cold selling y'all. I'm just letting y'all know that in the month of March, for a whole week, from the 18th to the 21st, we're going to be in Tulum, Mexico, just recharging, eating right, being in the water, being in the sun, and being around some people who we can, you know, feed from. Not feed off of like we're parasites, but I shine, you shine. That's your birthday month, Anpu? Shit, you should pull up. You want me to pull some strings? You know what I'm talking about? I can make it happen for you. But I shine, you shine. What does that mean, Red? What it means is, if I'm surrounded by a group of people and I'm the only person that's shining the light, I'm not going to be able to feed off of the light. Yeah, I'll see my reflection in others, but it's time for us to feed each other with our light. I get excited when I see people that I know that's on my team and I walk with winning. You understand? I get excited when I'm sitting in the crowd. I was watching you working out earlier, Anpu. You was in the gym. You was flinging them weights. I started doing push-ups right in front of my son. You feel me? And he's 2 years old. He started doing them with me, right? So I shine, you shine. I get motivated off of people who are motivators, right? So what I'm saying is the lineup that we have, the people who are handpicked specifically because they shine their light, I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get out there in paradise. We're not in the city. We're not around concrete jungles and whatnot. We're in a different environment. DNA responds to environment. What does that mean? What I mean is, have you ever stepped off of a plane in paradise? Have you ever stepped off a plane in Miami, my friends? Have you ever stepped off a plane and seen the palm trees in LA? Shout out to Kibalon in the building. Salute to the God. God Body Challenge 22222. That's coming up real soon. I need y'all to tap into that because like Anpu was saying earlier in his live, if the body is not strong enough for the spirit, it will reject it. If the body is not strong enough for the spirit, if your temple is not strong enough, it will reject the spirit. We got to get our temples right. Okay? That's what the winter is about. Break this shit down and rebuild it. Do not be afraid. We need God bodies. Okay? We are at war. We need God bodies. We can't be sitting around playing games because the energy that is on this planet right now is ravaging niggas. You understand? It is ravaging people. It is tearing them up. So if you don't fight, if you don't strengthen your temple, if you don't practice some form of discipline, you finna get washed. And nobody can help you, my nigga. Nobody. You look at your timeline. Nobody can help these niggas that's out here sinking. So it's been said before and it's being said again. We are at war. It's a war going on inside that no man is safe from. Stop playing. Niggas is like, well, I live in the burbs. I'm safe out here. There's a war going on inside. Okay? There's a war going on. It's jumping through your phone. It's jumping through them TV screens, them computers. It's out there. It's active. It's jumping off of your fiat. There's something outside and inside that's going down. We have to be more centered. We got to be more in alignment. We should be practicing a little bit more healthy communication. I even made a vow, right, to myself, and because it had to start with me first, to be a little less, fiery. You feel me? Not because I got to please somebody, but because I'm here for the healthy communication. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes communication, those lines can be kind of misconceived and crossed if your approach is not refined. You feel me? It's all good to have fire. My moon is in Aries. It's all good to be on warrior time, but some of the illest warriors were also some of the smoothest people that you will ever come across. You hear these niggas in the hood, they be like, yeah, when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? I used to drink quarter waters and watch all of the hustlers, and I wanted to be like them because they were so smooth. You know what I mean? Like, but these were some stone cold killers. They was just stone cold killers. And they was putting in work and whatnot. But they took care of their mama. They was daddies. They was like daddy's girls. You know what I mean? They spouses and whatnot. They wouldn't have nothing really negative to say. They like, nah, this man is a sweetheart to me. He talks to me in the nicest of ways. You know? So even with because like I say, we have to sacrifice something in order to gain something. We have to be willing to give up something in order to gain something. Take a snapshot or measure your life where you are today from where you were 10 years ago. Let's not just deal with the vanity of the 10-year challenge. Let's deal with the quote unquote measurement aspect. How do you know that you God? Because God can measure himself or herself. You can measure yourself. How could you measure yourself? Just try with the 10-year challenge. Where were you mentally, emotionally, financially 10 years ago? Physically. I was looking at some of the 10-year challenges. I didn't even know that they gave niggas BDLs or BBLs. What do they call that? Brazilian butt. Niggas have body, you know what I mean? It's people who look like they got new bodies. And I know they didn't go to Brazil or Dominican Republic. What was that? That was eating. Not just the food, right? Not just the food. You were eating good off of YouTube. You were eating good off of your researching. You were eating good off of what you were listening to. You start listening to some Londrell, some Cleo Soul. You started listening to some Snow Aguilera. You started listening to some Neo Soul. You started putting down, you stopped watching Ratchet Mondays or Ratchet Reality. You started eating plant-based and foods that were electric, and your body, your temple, which is the most sacred thing that we all are moving with, because your spirit could be everything. But if I look like Beetlejuice, would you niggas be talking about my spirit? Would you be able to see through my exterior? Could I get some play? You know what I'm talking about? I don't think so. So your temple is that's your face card. That's what represents you. Okay? That's what you pull up with. That's your, you know what I mean? Either you pulling up in a Datsun or a Bentley. You could decide. You could decide. And it's not about the European standards of what they call beauty. It's about being able to know and have confidence that you are actively working on yourself. I don't care if you do 100 push-ups a day, some motherfucking pull-ups. I don't care if you read a whole book in a few hours and whatnot. That means that you're doing the work. You're working on yourself. There's an active principle where you're shedding the old weight. You're shedding the old you. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm able to relate to being able to resurrect. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm able to talk to y'all about being able to shed the old skin in order to grow the new skin. Because this is something that we've done. We do this religiously, even without us knowing. Even without us knowing, we regenerate, resurrect ourselves. We die and come back to life. You don't want to see me die, though. That's the thing. Some of us have to die in private, and then we pop back out, and it's a brand new us. You feel me? But one day I'll do it in the public. You know what I mean? Because that's just something that y'all need to see. But it's not a pretty sight. It is not a pretty sight, my niggas. I shit you not. It is an ugly sight. It really is. But it's necessary. So in the 10-year challenge, you could say, shadow work, right? Because somebody asked about shrooms earlier. And even in your live, Anpu, I heard you talk about the shrooms. My last shroom experience was not my best experience, right? And in that experience, I realized that I probably could do more for my shadow self sober, right? In a more concentrated manner than always going to the shroom verse. Right? I could focus more on my breathing. I could sit my ass in a dark ass room the same way that I would on shrooms and just listen. Work on my breathing, right? Work on being very still. And these are some of the things that we have to speak on, because our family that's out there have taken something that was supposed to be medicinal and they turned it into recreational. And I feel personally responsible for being out, for saying, as we can't be ODing, right? We got to practice restraint. And too much of one thing is not good. So we cannot turn something that's supposed to be sacred. There's supposed to be a shaman and I ain't talking about the shamans that you niggas get from askashaman.com or Shaman Tinder. Not those niggas. Not the Shaman Tinder swindler. Not shamans off of Tinder, my nigga. Off of Tinder. Not that shaman. Not shamans off of Bumblebee. No. And Grinder. You niggas is getting shamans off of Grinder. No. You should have somebody who is well versed in that quote unquote experience to walk you through. Don't do it by yourself. You feel me? Do not do it by yourself. Way to do it. And I don't know if anybody has told you that, but I'm here to tell you that, no, my friends, Salute to the young, salute to the God.
Peace to the God, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Yeah. Okay, I see y'all woke up dangerous today. Yeah. Woke up dangerous. That's
I
what I
got
like.
inspired by you, though.
Yeah, man. That's what I like to see, man.
You know,
No,
I
you
definitely got inspired by tapping into the God. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
man, you definitely hitting on everything. Like,
I appreciate your growth and development. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to say it. It's already evident. When you look at you, you can see the light. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So
sir.
whatever you doing, keep doing it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
I gotta start out by saying that.
I appreciate that, God. That was one of what you talking about right now was one of the many downloads that the last time, when we went through what we went through and things of that nature, one of the many things that it told me was this, right? It was like you gonna be far more powerful once you take away the crystals, once you take away the plant medicine, once you take away any type of anything that is external right now. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? We all got to go into a period of complete gratitude and complete gratification of
Right.
our own selves. You understand? Too long have we been in this mindset of like we got to keep on attaching and shit, keep on adding shit when everything has always been right here this whole entire time. You know what I'm saying? And it's one
Right.
of the main reasons why we can't connect as a people and why we can't grow and continue to build a kingdom together simply because we keep on attaching this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I want to add on. There's always something external.
Facts.
Once you get over one obstacle, all right, we got the house and the car. Let's
Right.
get together and link up. Niggas is like, you got the lake yet? You got the lake? You got
Yeah. Like,
got
hold on, you got a mountain yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, relax. Like, relax. And that's what
what you say.
and earlier, bro, when I'm on live, I had to realize something. Like, when I was talking about how one of the greatest things that a man could do is have the ability to restrain himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the
Yeah.
greatest things that a man could be able to do is be able to smack a motherfucker, but don't smack a motherfucker. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Right.
like you gotta actually have the power. You know what I'm saying? The power to be able to restrain. You get
Mercy.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
Right.
you gotta be able to give mercy.
Right.
Mercy. But a lot of men don't have that energy in them. They don't have that killer in them. And the reason why I don't have that killer, you know what I'm saying, is because, again, they done got too conscious. They done got too woke. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? They done got to this point where they think it's about juices and berries. They think it's about trying to be like, oh, we got to just teach people the right way of life and dimensions and how to pop through portals. No, it ain't. Nah, we got to build. The
Right.
kingdom is builders. You know what I'm saying? And so
Nah.
how we do that though? How we do that though? We got to build our bodies. Like you said, we got to build our temples. We got to build our. We got to this right here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It's something I brought up as well on my live. Right? I'm like this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of sisters out here that want gods. You know what I'm saying? They want guys. They want guys that's working on their bodies, working
Right.
on businesses, working on all these different things that they got to do in the physical world, right? But then these same sisters would be the ones that go to Dr. Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to put in no real energy. They don't want to get into to the gym like they want their man to be in the gym. You know what I'm saying? But crying for him to do something that she ain't willing to do herself. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? So we as a people have gotten into just complaining. We complain, but ain't building. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You see the guys like this one, and this is one thing that I'm fired up, man, because I've been
Nah.
working
Get
on
that
like,
fire.
bro. I'm fired up because I've been working on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like on the deepest level, like you said, going into those dark rooms by myself with nothing. You know what I'm saying? With no shrooms, no nothing. And it's
Right.
just I realized like that power, that real shadow, that motherfucker is sitting there talking to you this whole time. Like, look, bro, I need you to come to me as a baby. Come to me as a child. Come to me with nothing on. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you came out that womb, I need you to go through this new womb now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Delete everything, then come back, then use everything which you done made sure that your energy is godly. Make sure that even when you traveling through the ethereal plane, you should be able to go through that ethereal plane with nothing. You understand me? Walk through your dream space and kill all them damn demons in your dreams. All these different fields of reality that you playing on. You understand me? In the physical world, you should be able to kill all these demons. You understand me? Just by your thought. Just by
Right.
when people see you, they know not to fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? That's
That's
the level of power we got to get to. They see you, they understand, like, nah, he ain't one of the ones I want to deal with. You
and
understand me?
that's what I was sharing, that being in the airport, you know, there's a level of intimidation that the people in these airports are giving off when they encounter somebody that's really, you know, just so sure of themselves that it's like, you know,
Yeah.
my aura is gonna speak for me. It don't fuck with me. Like, don't even
Facts.
crazy, because at the end of the day, you don't, you know, y'all got me, because you might think you know who I am, but you know, you know,
You don't want to try it.
let's give the head nod, and let's
Yeah.
be at peace, because like you said, when you identify your power, it's not to be thrown around. We not, you know, we don't promote bullying. We
Yeah.
don't promote assertion
Yeah.
of absolute power. What we do promote is to stand in your power and to
Yeah.
be merciful and whatnot. But if you have to strike, if you have to put that motherfucking glove down, then that's what you have to do.
Right.
You
It's
know,
just Islam. You know what I'm saying? At the
that's
point,
right.
like it's just Islam is the whole reason why it's just when you think about the point of Islam is just to become disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Disciplined to the point where if you have to, you got to protect yourself. You can. You understand what I'm saying? On every field possible.
Let me ask,
You got to be able to move in this world on every single last plateau to where you know that you good. Even if you in a space or a place where you may be like in a fight for your life. You understand me? You got to still know as a man you good.
you
You
good,
understand me? On every plane of existence.
right? And I'm glad that you brought that up, because, you know, when I hear the word discipline, I automatically think of rites of passage.
Yes.
And I even shift into what organizations, you know, personify that.
Yes, sir.
Because when I look at us and our generations with an S on it, I do know that both genders, male and female, they're beginning to suffer the stages of what comes to a people who are not disciplined,
Mm.
right? I'm beginning to see the beginning stages of suffrage
Yes.
for a people
Yes.
who have shown that they can't be disciplined, right?
Absolutely.
And even in scripture, I'm not the most religious person, but even in scripture, when you speak of Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah and other places, the reason why it was struck down had a lot to do with the fact that these people were so corrupted that they did not adhere to the strict orders of discipline. So my
Right.
to you would be, to the young brothers that are in this community that are not in the Nation of Islam, they're not in the Fruit of Islam, they're not in the quote unquote organizations that push the mandate or the mantle of discipline. I would say that certain Hebrew Israelite camps, they stand on, you know, discipline in a sense. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that are out here who don't have that foundation. They don't have anybody to answer to.
Right.
What do we say to those brothers and sisters?
I say to them, like, for an example, a form of discipline is simply working on your body. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody on this live know this. That if you don't work on your body, you gonna lose it to being fat. You understand what I'm saying?
Or
So,
skinny?
yeah, or skinny. And you
Right.
won't have you go lose it. You go lose your ability over time to actually live a healthy lifestyle. Simply
Right.
because you're not disciplined enough to make sure that you keep your body in check. You understand what I'm saying? And so the first person that you gotta be disciplined with is yourself.
Mm.
At the end of the day. At the
Right.
end of the day, the first person that you have to always be disciplined about is you in that connection to yourself. And this is why I say the temple, your body, and we all know if you study any type of ancient sciences, that your body is the temple of God. You understand what I'm saying? So the only God the real God that you are really disciplining with is you in your consciousness at all times. You understand? So that's why I look at it as like, bro, That's why I said earlier on my live, right? A lot of these women want a black God, right?
Right.
He disciplined. Because if he a black God and she know he is, he disciplined.
Right.
But he ain't gonna want her. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
he like, I know what it takes for me to get to this point of my black godliness. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to work. You don't want to get to that place. You don't want to get to where I got, but you want me to do what you want me to do for you. You know what I'm saying? All of these different, I gotta build this, I gotta grow this, I gotta build this community, this kingdom, this whole nine. But you don't want to stand on this plateau with me. You understand what I'm saying? And I also made sure I make the statement that, like, you know how people are searching for soulmates and all these different things, right?
Right. Twin flames.
Yeah, twin flames, right? I said, you know what? My mission in life is to build the Black God universe in this world. All 196 million square miles of this fucking planet Earth, right?
Right.
That's my soulmate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is my discipline. Because I know I'm here to build. I know I'm here to make sure this is not about no romance. You know what I'm saying? This is not about no love story. My love story is making sure that I make sure that our children from children's and children's children gonna eat off what we do in today's time. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
gonna make sure that they know who their ancestors are, they stories. You understand me? They better tell their own stories, depict their own stories. If that is my twin flame, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's my discipline, right? So all we got to start doing is making sure that, like, what we are doing this for is higher than ourselves. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's
Right.
higher. It's bigger than you. You
Bigger
get
than
what
you.
I'm saying? It's bigger than you. It's bigger
Right.
than us.
Don't
It's
get trapped
us.
in ego.
Say it again.
So it doesn't get trapped in ego, because
Absolutely.
without, you, then it becomes fuck those children. You know what I mean? You can hear that,
Exactly.
people will overlook the village. But then
Exactly.
that next to my next question to you is, I'm a fan, I'm a fan of the Matrix naturally. And the message that we walked away from the Matrix, the new one and the first one,
Yeah.
was Neo had to choose Trinity over Zion,
Mm.
right?
Right.
And what was said to us, what was being taught to us subtly, is that Zion was the illusion, and your soulmate, or the one who is, your sacred, your sacred half or whatever, through the union of the two, you could rebuild a new Zion, right? You could
Right.
rebuild the Zion that comes from her womb, and he chose her over the people.
Mm.
So when we saw that in like 1999, we was like, yeah, what they're saying is, if you into this consciousness, you're gonna eventually have to choose your family, or you're gonna have to choose the people. And what I've seen on many occasions is that people who've chosen the people and walked away from their family have lived to regret it.
Mm. Mm.
So my question would be, are you familiar with that message? Did you pick up on that? And if
No, I did.
so,
No, I did.
right,
So,
yeah. You speak to that?
so, and what I was explaining just now, right? It's like this. This is how I see it working out, right? So, you know how we as creators, we have so many different talents. You know,
Right,
you know how to draw, or you know how to make music and things of that nature, right? You don't get rid of those things. You incorporate those things. You get
bring
what?
it in. Right,
Right. It all in. You put it all. You figure out a way to make sure every single last one of your gifts work. Right now,
right,
this is what I'm saying. Right. So when it comes to the mindset of my woman, if her mindset is not on the kingdom, if our children, if she not thinking like we want to build a kingdom, we want to have children that's gonna make sure that we build out our kingdom further, right? Then she's obviously not my soulmate. You get what I'm saying? So once she, like, the woman that matches with that frequency of my consciousness, you know what I'm
right,
saying? That's the one that is for the kingdom in which we go build together. Because the whole point is like you can't have one without the other, and you can't be a king without a queen. You understand me?
And I'm about to say to you too that as the queen, who theoretically on the chessboard is going to maneuver and go into doors and go places she able to move where you can't.
Right.
The
Right.
kingdom is one and the same
Absolutely.
because she's going to inherit the kingdom.
Exactly.
She can't be amongst a hostile kingdom because
Right.
she's the queen. They're always going to be trying to checkmate her.
Exactly. She gotta be, because she gotta see more shit than you.
She got to see more than you. She
Exactly.
almost got to be more tactical than
Gotta be
you.
more tactical than you. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point. Like you are like the whole point of the archetypes, right? The man is like he go out and go get it. He go hunt. You know what I'm saying? And
You
in
got
hunting,
you staff in the rod.
straight up. You understand me? In his hunting, it's like you got to understand. He got like he kind of got tunnel vision. You understand me? So he ain't gonna be able to see everything. But that's why he gotta have that solid one, that solid woman. That's she just is like she right there with him, but she see even more. You understand me? She gonna be able to like while he on this mission, like I'm seeing some things. I don't think you should make that move right now. Then he gonna listen because he understands shit. He
Yes.
understand to
Right.
listen to his woman. You understand me? You understand like nah, she on point. He
Right.
on him and her got such a divine connection that they know like nah, all right. I'm gonna make this move. Do we both agree on this? All right. If we don't both agree on this, then we ain't gonna do it. You understand me? And that's how we keep it pushing. That's how we keep it moving.
And
But
when you speak on that, and somebody in the chat brought it up, I immediately think of a lioness.
absolutely,
I immediately think of a lioness on the hunt. Feel me?
100%.
And how they
100%.
the hunt.
I always take everything back to the animal kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Because the nature teaches you it's mathematics. You
That's right.
know what I'm saying? It's foundation all the
Mm.
time.
Beautiful conversation, brother Anpu. I really appreciate your wisdom.
Yes, sir.
Family that they like this now, eating a full plate. You know, this is like a punani wrap from Tassili's.
Hey, I actually need one, man. I've been in LA too long, man.
Oh no, they delivering those like Amazon Prime.
Oh,
I
they is?
drop off a punani wrap hours away, like it was work. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, I'm dead ass. They moving up and down the highways.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have
But
to.
I think that we should have a further conversation on this topic. I would love to continue to just brainstorm because that's really what we're doing right now. Like
No, we should.
this is food for the soul because a lot
Yeah.
of are going through things that are unspoken of, and we be needing these answers.
Yeah.
So time on this live is ticking, but that's
Yeah.
only a pause. We will return.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it because one thing that this world is missing is masculine direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's masculine direction, and people need to see these bills real time.
All
They,
right, King. I'm gonna cut it because I don't want to lose the live. Love and
all right.
light.
All right. All right. I got you.
Tap in though. Love you.
All right.
Peace.
Yes, I got.